Ministry Web Show, episode number 275. Doug Fields here with my friend and DYM co-founder and spiritual mentor and fitness instructor and
not today.
Soon to be
male model of the year.
That's right. Josh Griffin.
People's sexiest man alive.
To my right, to your left, or just the deep voice if you're listening, is Jason Supertone Carson.
Hola.
And
Jason, did you see we
former youth pastor.
You're on the website now. Yeah, you're big. You're a big deal.
It's a big
former youth pastor. Now
youth pastor at heart. Youth pastor at
totally youth pastor at heart.
I don't know.
But the real youth pastor in the room is Jessica
Sanchez.
Thank you.
From East LA. She drives all the way down to minister to the poor and impoverished at Saddleback Church in Orange County, California. Poverty shows itself in all different ways.
Amen, brother.
That's right.
Materialism.
What? You
Jesus.
kind of pointed at me when that happened.
Everybody needs Jesus.
You know what?
That's right.
That is, it's good to be together. Welcome back.
It is good.
We got a lot of things going on. Last show, we talked about the Life Book.
Yeah, we
encourage people to be a part of this. TheLifeBook.com.
Yeah, National Evangelism
Week.
Give these away. And
National Evangelism Week is happening September 20th through the 26th.
There you go.
Everybody gets these for free, up to $2,500. We encourage the Lifebook people to charge Saddleback because they have a budget, but everybody else gets it for free.
To help
We're very thankful to our primary sponsor, Orange, and Orange is going to be having their one-day tour for 2 days.
Double? Is it cost twice as much?
No, it's only like $10 more or $20 more or something like that.
Good deal.
Are they bringing in some like ringer speaker teachers?
Doug Fields.
What?
It's true.
I'm not even on the website, am I?
You're on the list.
I know I'm speaking.
I just saw it.
Yeah, I think they put pretty faces on there. Are you speaking at it, Josh?
Haven't heard anything.
You're
but
doing
I'm totally
something.
willing to.
It's John Acuff on there.
John Acuff.
John Acuff is on there. This is going to be
September 22 and 23 at Mariners Church, and that's where they have Catalyst West Coast. It's a very happening church.
Nice venue.
Very nice venue.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Go walk around the lake.
Yeah.
They have a lake.
In their bookstore, in their cafe, in their youth center, in their community center, and their 2 sand volleyball courts.
So pray for Orange County. Is that what you're doing right now? Careful, describe any more, and Jess is going to go there on staff, so you got to be careful.
Well, I got connections there.
He does.
Hey, easy. No.
All right. So you guys, are you doing well? Last show we didn't even talk about your month-long vacation, senior pastor.
Dude.
Wow.
Supertones guy, you traveled the world.
So Supertones had a world tour where? In Germany?
Luxembourg.
I took a 13-day trip, and right in the middle of the 13-day trip was one Supertone show.
Okay.
So my wife and I went alone without kids.
Okay.
Toured all over 6 countries in Western Europe.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal.
Yeah. How were the Supertones received?
Amazing.
Really?
Yeah. And we played with Switchfoot.
Yeah, Switchfoot opened for you guys. That was so
they
cool.
Did not. My gosh. No, it was Switchfoot, Hillsong Young and Free, and the Wren Collective. And
they all opened for you.
Yes. No. And so we played, and I don't think that crowd knew us too well.
Everybody knows the Orange County
Supertones.
But it was cool. We had all these guys from Croatia take a school bus out.
Are you sweating?
No,
What's
I'm
happening?
freezing.
It is cold in here.
Thank you, Jessica.
You know what?
It is.
Just get some extra insulation. You'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. They brought up a school bus from Croatia and brought an entire gospel choir to sing on one of our songs, Away From You.
What?
And it was pretty fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Your pictures were amazing. You were like an Instagram freak. It was awesome.
I did a little too much.
You did.
Overposting.
I think if you're gone to 13 days to Europe, you can't.
But I documented it now.
I didn't sense that.
Okay.
Yeah. Josh overposts.
Doug doesn't even follow you. Don't even listen to him.
That's true.
That's right.
He does. He does.
Really?
Yeah.
He only follows like 19 people someday.
I'm one of them. I just want you to know.
Really?
I feel very honored by that. You're an important
We're
person.
so honored.
Yeah.
I gotta follow Jason Carson.
You don't follow
What?
You don't follow at Pastor Jason Carson on Instagram?
No, I don't think he follows me
It's
back
Pastor
either,
Jay
Joshua.
Carson.
It should be now.
You mean at Pastor Jay Carson?
It should be at Senior Pastor Jay Carson.
All right, let's go.
There we go.
So that's why we don't talk about people's lives.
Send your questions to webshow@downloadyouthministry.com. This is a podcast, a web show of youth ministry questions and answers that's been happening for about 6 years. And we've hired the consulting firm of McBurney and McBurney, and they've told us to not talk so much insider information.
And never to talk about Supertones in Germany again. We just got that.
Yeah.
Recent. Okay, yes, sir.
Word.
Okay, we got word.
Right.
Never again. Thank you, McBurney. It was wonderful.
So, the Orange Tour, join us. Join us at the Orange Tour.
Please do.
October,
Join us with
September, November. It's happening.
Joiner us.
That wasn't that good. Come on, guys. It was all right, though.
Well, not really.
All right,
for it.
This is from Tyler Lane. Tyler Lane. Did anybody set the clock on this one?
Yeah, you
No.
did
Did
you?
I?
Someone. Oh boy, it's a 0.
Jessica.
Wait, you started
She
it.
was-
Here we go. Focus, people.
Tyler Lane says,
All right,
I'm an early adopter DYM member.
Wow.
Early
I
adopter.
know.
Inside, you don't know what that is.
Absolutely.
What is
it?
it?
means someone that started near the beginning.
No, at the very beginning.
Yes.
Those were like our very
The
first
first.
members.
We
Of
didn't
course.
we didn't have a membership. They
You
signed up.
guys
for
act like I
something.
haven't been around. I've been watching your show since the beginning.
Dude, so you're a
So he
rewinder.
bought something and wasn't sure
No.
what he was buying.
I didn't go
Is that
back.
right?
He's right.
Gotcha.
We sold him what we were hoping to do, and then they bought in. They said this is a brilliant idea.
Great.
And they
Early
helped us launch
adopter.
DYM.
That's awesome. Cheers.
And a long-time listener, watcher of the show. Thanks for all you do to help youth ministers win. My question is about transitions. I oversee 6th through 12th grades, and recently added college to that as well. So it seems like it would be 6th through college, but maybe the parenthetical quote was after he wrote this.
Right.
And then he went back and I recently added, meaning
Yeah.
he just
Yeah.
Great. So a few transitions
Okay.
you're responsible
6
for.
through 12 is the responsibilities, and he said, I'll take on the college group because no one's doing it.
Yeah,
Maybe.
for most of our environments, the middle school and high school students are together. We do a pretty good job at honoring our 5th graders moving up and our high school grads moving on, but seem to be missing out on opportunities with the incoming freshmen because they don't change groups like the others do. How can we take advantage of the big life change even when it doesn't seem like a big shift on the church side of things?
Throw a fun event for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We do, I don't know what you guys do. We always have a big transition event at every level, right? So coming out of elementary into junior high, we would have this event at the old spaghetti factory. And so the kids, these 6th graders would come with their parents, and they get a nice meal, and we get them playing interactive games to learn each other's names. And then by the time they come to the first Sunday, they're all best friends, you know.
Wow.
So they're excited about that.
Best friends over spaghetti.
You know,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So then high school, we have a big congratulations night, and that's fun, and it's like a formal.
That's clever.
Everyone dresses in ties. Yeah,
Why-
I just
why
thought
did you
of
ever
it.
leave-
I just
leave youth
thought of
ministry?
it. But I think if you're kicking off a college ministry, you got to have like, what do you guys think? Let's think of a great event right now for them.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
No, it's hard to beat congratulations.
Yeah, literally speechless.
Yeah, I mean, that's-
how do we top it?
It'll be epic.
You've
It'll be
just split youth ministry in half.
Copyright.
Just
Yeah.
drop the mic. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ever use that term, you have to pay Jason like 12 cents now.
Yes.
Every time.
That's
you
right.
use it.
We use the
That and
1,000
every time
times.
you download a Supertone song, he gets
Oh,
rich.
Couple bucks.
Uh-huh.
If that Orange
Couple
County
bucks a
life
year,
for us.
baby. Not just the one time.
What about transition?
I think transitions are crucial. I think it's a good idea to focus on it because it is the point where we lose students. A student who's super connected to the junior high ministry, if there isn't a good, clear bridge to the high school ministry, you can lose them. So think of that in terms of those are some of the cracks in your ministry. Those are opportunities to lose people. So do just the opposite. If you know those are weak points, you shore them up. So I do think an event, better named than yours, would be that's a good way. I think informing parents of the differences between ministries, like I'm not sure we do this super well out of high school into college, to be totally honest. I think we do pretty good transitions into junior high and in junior high to high school, but high school to college, I think we have some areas to improve on.
Yeah, definitely.
Because our college ministry is very different than our high school ministry, and so we kind of say, we love you, we're so proud of you, you made it, goodbye. And then we lose a lot of students that way. So we want to work in the future on building a better bridge. So maybe that's welcoming parents, maybe that's parent orientation, like calming some of the fears. Here's some of the things that you like about junior high that we're continuing to do in high school. Here's some things that are very different from junior high to high school. here's some things that you shouldn't panic over. When you see this in high school, that's normal. Like kind of preparing parents and students for what that next stage looks like. I think all the work is in the front end. If you don't do a good job on the front end, you could lose them for all 4 years of high school. What a tragedy to lose them before they're even really a part of your ministry.
Isn't what I'm hearing here is he's just started college, and isn't he looking for that transition back to college? Wouldn't you say it's a fair assumption that most youth ministries in our country do a lot better at the transition from elementary to junior high and junior high to high school, but that high school to college, I don't know if it's...
Well,
have you heard of a ton of stuff?
No, but I don't survey the country. So when you talk about youth ministry in our country, I was like, wow, he's really on it.
Germany.
Well, in Germany they do it this way.
Well, there's a book.
When you're a Supertone, you think global. More than us local church guys do.
Small church.
Well, there's a book called The Slow Fade by Chuck Bomar, and I think, is Reggie involved in that? I'm not sure. Anyhow, and it talks about extending the finish line of high school ministry. So instead of having your high school seniors be like goodbye from their life group leader or small group leader or whatever, is you have them actually go into the college ministry a year and journey past high school.
Oh, that's cool.
They call it extending the finish line. And I do think that's a really interesting, maybe more novel than realistic idea, but it's a great way to go. How do we, instead of everyone says goodbye to them, their teachers, their coaches, their youth pastor, everyone's saying bye. Well, someone needs to journey with them through this finish line. So I like that idea of, that would be a great way to transition your seniors into college ministry, is bring their leader right along with them for just one more year. It's an idea. I like it. It's a good book.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of books, I just grabbed your phone, Jessica. Thank you for letting me Google on it. Jim Burns and Jeremy Lee have a brand new book out called Pass It On, Building a Legacy of Faith for Your Children Through Practical and Memorable Experiences. And one of the things that I'm excited to read it, I just got an advanced copy of it, and that's where I triggered it when we talked about transitions, is that they have a practical transition idea for every age.
So like a rites of passage.
Like a rites of passage transition, where I think you could do some in your youth ministry, but you could also equip parents with this as well to create some transitions on their own. Anyway, it's called Pass It On, and it's just coming out like right now. So.
Awesome.
And doesn't Orange have a big chart that they take people through every grade and those kind of transitions?
Yeah, they have. Orange has the concept called Just a Phase. So they have resources for every phase and kind of what that kid is going through and helping them deal with that, and how do you transition them to the next phase and the whole bit. God, if there was a phase where somebody would bring me a jacket, I would be really happy. Josh, can you not turn that down at all?
I can't. It's broken. I like a cold room.
I kind of enjoy it.
I like a cold room. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me see what I can do.
Pretty selfish. Me and Jessica can barely think.
Always freezing.
All right, here we go.
Barely think.
I'm gonna put room is unoccupied. Nope. Wow. I just made it colder.
This is from Todd. How do we say his last name?
I got
Pierge.
Pierge?
We know him. He tweets a lot. DYM. He's a member. Peerage.
It's like Parage.
It's Parage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's the pastor of high school ministry at Calvary Church. He said, "Not sure if you're doing a small group theme web show anytime soon. We're not.
Nope.
No. But if you'd like to send your questions into Web Show at Download Youth Ministry, we'd be happy to.
We should do that, and we should have Jessica back for that.
She's the best.
Because she's life group queen.
Yeah.
She's pretty great.
He says, I need some small group help. Here we go, Jessica. The boys are not going to talk.
Okay.
Oh.
All right?
Yeah, right.
It's all you. Here's what he wants to know. How do you divide and create small groups? When and where do your small groups meet? Do you allow students to jump to other groups? I'll repeat the question.
Wow.
How do you divide, create small groups? Go.
Okay, we currently, in our context, we've done it lots of different ways, but what we currently do is we divide them by grade and gender, and we try to keep them at 12 students per group. The way that kids sign up is they sign up online.
That's such big church talk.
It's comical.
12 students
It's comical,
per group.
but it never
So that's like the average size of a youth group. But
so divide a youth group into one.
Totally.
And then...
So everybody's alone. So, kids sign up for a group, and that is how we keep a very active database of who's in the group, and we can keep track of who's coming to group and make sure that every leader knows who's on their roster. They have their parents' email, they have student communication information, what high school that student goes to. They have all of the information.
And ultimately, that small group leader is the pastor of that group.
Exactly. It is someone who is 21 years or older for our high school ministry, and for junior high, it's a junior in high school or older.
Okay.
And so we train
those
leaders.
It can be. I mean, you're talking older. So my wife was just a small group leader, and she's, late 20s.
Yeah.
But a little bit older. I was just at an art fair this last weekend with one of your small group leaders, Elizabeth Mersch.
Oh, she's so cool.
And she's like mid to late 50s.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, and she's...
Yeah, we have Karen Kelly, who is a longtime leader.
90.
Yeah, she is unreal.
Yeah.
She's like phenomenal. She recruited a co-leader of similar age. They're killing it.
They're amazing.
They're killing it. You look at them, you're like,
these are grandparents who are serving.
Yeah, no, they were old when I was there.
But they are like loved by their girls.
They love their girls, and they specifically request every year, we don't want to lead anyone that's younger than 16.
No freshmen, no
they
sophomore.
They refuse to lead freshmen or sophomore.
And when you're in your 60s, you can do that.
Absolutely.
They just love juniors and seniors. They love the transition period. They love that period.
That's good words.
Yeah.
Okay, when and where do your small groups meet?
We meet...
I'll repeat the question. When and where do your small groups meet?
We meet in host homes all over our community, and we meet on a weeknight. So groups can choose what weeknight works for them.
Okay, and do you allow students to jump to other groups?
We ask students to commit to their group for the whole school year. If there's ever an issue, which I've had a couple of emails this week that we have to deal with, if there is ever an issue with a fit or a leader or student causing any type of division, divisive behavior in the group that might make people want to jump groups, it sounds cheesy, but we follow the Matthew principle, and we have to sit down and we have to get people to meet before they ever leave a group. It's what's going on. Let's talk about what's happening in your group. If you want to leave a group because you don't like your leader or something that they said to you, that's a conversation I have the next week. Is let's have you come in and talk to your leader.
Yeah, we wouldn't just let a student just bail on a group on a whim or honestly their own immaturity. We would say, great, if it's fine that you feel that way, let's talk about that. Let's grow up a little bit. Let's have a face-to-face with you and that leader and say these things out loud. We're not going to let you just sandbag right here.
Well, our goal in small groups really is to develop healthy, not perfect community in the church. And so if we're bailing students and parents out of having honest conversations and having a real confrontation, then we're not helping them to have healthy relationships in the church. We're just providing a service for them. Yeah. So that's really honestly the reason for why we do it more than anything, is to help our leaders and our students have open conversations and dialogue. And sometimes there are leaders who are making mistakes, and we want to know what's happening, so we will figure it out with families and kids. But you can't jump unless you have a conversation with your leader and with us, and we together make a decision.
Okay. Well, not everybody gets every request too. Like even on a different scale, like the cabins at camp. If you didn't get the leader you wanted, we say, trust us. We've done the best we can putting these groups together. So you didn't get the small group leader you requested. Trust us. We're going to do our best. We think God's in this. And so give this group a shot. Don't just write it off because you're not with that one friend that you love.
Right.
And trust that God's going to open up new friendships, new relationships, a new mentoring angle. There's something here in this group for you. So we push people to kind of fight through the discomfort of not being in the perfect group too.
Yeah. Well, can I say on the small church scale, like with Encounter, we just planted in March.
Encounter is the name of your church.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Encounter, Mission
McBurney and McBurney asked us not to do
EncounterMV.com. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that one?
Oh, yeah. Pastor Jay Carson on Instagram. That pastor.
That one.
Link
anyway,
to iTunes Supertones.
Anyway, moving on.
Shit change.
So since we started, there's been no youth group, right?
Yeah.
And that kills me, and it kills a lot of our team that came from youth ministry the past 15 years. And so we're doing everything we can. So we're starting one into mid-September, and we're so excited. But it's crazy what we have. We have the majority, like probably a big smorgasbord of like 13, 14 kids total. And most of them just graduated high school. So we're trying to come up with this like college young adults group, but then we have 2 junior hires and 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores and 4 juniors, and it's like, ugh, what do you do there? And so we're like brainstorming, like, how do we do this? What we're gonna start with, because you got to start small and you go from there. But we're gonna have every other week meeting in the fall, and we're going to have it in a home, at a house. We're gonna have mass meeting together and have them break off into age groups. But it's really hard, isn't it? I mean, because seriously, like, why would 2 junior hires want to be a part of a bunch of 18-year-olds? Why would the 18-year-olds want 2 junior hires there?
Yeah.
But do you not have something for them,
right.
or do you just wait till you can staff it? You know, it's all that stuff that comes into play and is difficult. So I thought, you know, for people with tiny youth groups, breaking up small groups when you only have 8 kids there, it's really hard to do.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I've learned from you over all the years, like, you can always start small.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what that number is, and I think that's good.
Well, that actually transitions into a question that somebody else asked that doesn't want the name. But Jessica, while you were answering, I was thinking, tell me one thing you like about working with Josh.
For real?
Yeah.
Easy laugh.
Not a joke?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy.
A heartfelt moment.
Yeah.
Well, we should probably pause the camera.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna give her some time to come up with some kind of answer.
No, he's a very gracious person. I think I have worked under leadership that is harsh, and he's just very gracious. He's very gracious. Every season of life that I've gone through, from being single, not dating, to dating, then not dating, then dating, then getting married, grad school, not school, he's been so gracious to me through the entire process of my life transitioning.
That's great. What's one thing you don't like about it?
The whole setup.
I have an ongoing list here on my phone.
A little quicker answer on this one.
I keep notes.
No, go ahead. Just say it. I fixed it.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. This is what I just need 1 minute.
Do you want to whisper it to me? He hits on you inappropriately?
Wow!
Sorry,
not true.
No.
That was one time. Wait, what?
All right.
Jess.
This person.
He's a good man. To JJ.
Yes.
Cheers. Cheers. On that.
Cheers.
No way.
Okay.
That's great. He is gracious. He is gracious.
Yes, very gracious.
Doug's like, what a cop-out answer.
No,
I don't believe that
is.
crap.
You could say gracious or he's spineless.
Right.
Like, he doesn't want to confront you and be harsh during those seasons of your life.
Our beloved Savior was pretty meek, as I remember too. So.
Let's put it this way: if I was in a life group and I wanted to jump over, he'd let me.
Yeah.
But that's why I have Jess to be like, no, you don't.
Switch groups.
No.
Switch groups. Sure. Why not?
Hey, just badmouth your leader and jump. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Jess comes in with fire.
I love it. I love it. No, I tell Josh all the time he wouldn't even be here and keep his job if it wasn't for
I agree. That's why I'm gracious. I don't want Jessica to leave.
No.
If she leaves, I'm like, I'm out.
No, that's good leadership. Be gracious to the people you want to keep.
That's right.
Please don't read my name. We've had some tension around the building concerning upcoming 6th graders entering the youth program. Many parents felt like the 6th grade didn't belong with the rest of the youth group. In a meeting a few weeks ago, it was decided that we have some full youth group time, start a lesson, and then split into junior high and senior high for discussion groups. The issue is that our students absolutely hate being split up like that. We've had 3 different junior high students tell us they won't attend if junior high is split. They feel like they're not part of the youth group when we split. We tried this in the past, and our junior high group dissipated to the point where we had to combine them anyway to get anything done. There were only 2 junior high students by the end of it. I brought this up to the parents in our meeting, and they seemed to largely ignore it. When we announced to the students Sunday morning that we would be splitting, the first response was, "Our junior high splitting off?" and some very negative vibes. I'm afraid we will lose more students this way, but the parents have decided and don't want to discuss it anymore. At what point do we need to talk about the fact that we are ignoring the response of the students over what the parents want? Where is the line drawn?
Well, never. As a meek, spineless person, apparently I am. You never bring that up. You just business as usual.
Do what you're being
Just be gracious.
Just be gracious.
Just be gracious.
Hurt people hurt people.
Hey, here's the deal. I think I don't think you ignore the response of students, but I don't always think students know what they want. So in something like this, I would definitely split. I mean, I'm thinking about your situation that you just described, Jason, is that, yeah, of course, junior hires, you always want to be with the older kids.
Right.
It's the older ones that don't want to be with the, you know, the junior hires. So that's when sometimes you have to step up and be a leader. And so I'm a little confused about the whole infrastructure here, is that parents, you have to run all, you have to run all your ideas by the parents. I'm not sure it's, I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just not fully clear on what's going on. But I think you do what's best for the health of the ministry. And sometimes what's best for the health of the ministry isn't always what's best for the 3 junior high kids that don't want to be split up. So you've got to figure out how do you communicate a win in that situation.
And you got to fight. You got to fight for connections for those 3 kids. Yeah. Because it's never easy. And if they're already 1 foot out the door, boy, you got to get some good leadership around.
Well, if I split them up, I'd go, hey, come on with me. We're gonna go meet here and take them to Dairy Queen or something like that.
Yeah, maybe a little extra special.
Like make every time we split up, the junior hires are gonna be going, I love splitting up. This is great. Yeah. You know, do your small group part
with a blizzard.
With a blizzard.
Splitting up for a banana.
That's the kind of church I'd be a part of.
That's gracious.
Did you just throw a banana split joke in there?
He said to split up over banana split.
Congratulations. Banana split.
Is he becoming more of a senior pastor?
Oh boy, here we go.
Dad humor, senior pastor humor. What's left?
Okay, let's drive this one right to you. The 3 of us will not talk at all, and we probably need to end the show with this great question. Considering I don't know what time we started it, but that's all right. We need to get going. How do you get kids involved in your youth band? This is from Aaron Flynn, I think. From Aaron Flynn, a DYM member. How do you get kids involved in your youth band?
Former youth band kid.
Well, let's go ahead and let's pause and just say let's give your credibility.
No.
You lead a band, you lead worship, you've developed band people, you've written a book on how to start a worship band, you started the Supertones.
Nobody cares about all that. Okay.
But I'm just saying, we're not
qualified.
No. He was in high school, he was a
One more.
So that makes you most qualified.
You took my son, who's totally athletic and has no musical talent, and in junior high taught him to play the drums, where he became part of a worship band.
And when my son auditioned for the band, Jason cut him from the band mercilessly.
Wow.
And said maybe next year.
Wow.
Okay. I'm sorry he's like that.
He's honest with kids.
Normally I'm gracious.
He's been hurt people.
Look at I got him a little bit right now. I got him rattled.
More than got me. Okay. So honestly, the easy answer here is this doesn't even have to do with worship band. Someone needs to have a passion for something they're doing. And so for me, that was always my passion. God gave me the biggest heart's desire ever to be in music when I was 8 years old. All growing up, music was my life. I listened to music. I loved it. Wanted to be in a band. Wanted to play on stage. Like that was so. All that God has brought me through, I was so passionate about it. When I became a youth pastor, I said we're going to have the greatest worship band in the world. We didn't, but they were good. And so, but no, I just love seeing kids get involved and just seeing. I learned from Bob Sladek. One of the great things I learned from him. He was the principal. He was the principal at the. He was the principal at the Christian school that I led the worship bands for. He always encouraged me, like, "Hey, let the kids lead." And you always thought, as like the leader, I better be the one singing. I better be the one on the acoustic and singing and leading, and let the kids do the grunt work, you know, to play the songs, and I'll be the. But it's like, get off the stage, let the kids do it. Saddleback is an incredible model. Taffy does amazing with all the student bands, a cluster of students that he leads and stuff. But you have someone that's passionate. That's hard to find that person always. I mean, every youth group out there might have some volunteer mom that says, "Oh, I'll show up at youth group and love on kids," and that's hard to get the best, you know, a rock and worship band and stuff. But encourage kids, take them out, believe in them, speak into their lives. One time I remember early on in youth ministry when we just had 11 kids in our youth group, I remember talking to some parents around Christmas time and just begging them, like, would you get your kid an acoustic guitar for Christmas, and could they start playing? Because I see him as a worshiper, and I believe in a year or two, God could use him to do amazing things, and they did, and then they got involved in it. And
that's cool.
So I mean, like, you can start taking those steps. It's going to be a long journey, I think, for some people, and sometimes we don't have the resources, we don't have the people, we don't have the stage, but you don't need all that. You don't have to be Hillsong United. You really can be, oh, there's one kid that plays piano, one kid that plays acoustic, and encourage him in it, and encourage him and believe in it to be able to do it. And even if a kid's not ready, I remember one of Andrew Desarn, you know him, he leads worship now at Saddleback Rancho Capistrano. When I took him in, he was horrible. He's my favorite worship leader story because he, honestly, the kid didn't have it in him to keep in time or play any of the notes or chords. He was a disaster. If he was on the stage, we sounded worse. But I believed in him. He was a total worshiper.
Cool.
And now he's leading Saddleback Church. I came on a Sunday night. He's leading 3,000 people in the main worship center.
That's great.
It's like, look at that guy on the big screen, and oh my gosh, you know. And so Matt Redman has a similar story. I mean, he was just a quiet, shy worshiper in the back of the room, and next thing you know, he's Matt Redman.
That's great.
Because of Mike Zolacci, believed in him.
Hey, tell me if my voice has any potential. Okay, you ready?
Oh, God.
Humble thyself in the sight of the Lord.
That's pretty good.
Strong.
Really? Yeah, no one has ever said that's good.
You can do it.
No, I can't.
Let's add a degree of difficulty.
Try to have him
Now, clap while you sing. Okay, this will be perfect. Ready?
Wait, I had
It's got to be on 2 and 4 though, JG.
humble thyself.
That's on 1 and 3.
It's
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a long road.
Yeah, 1 and 3. I don't
It's
even
gonna
know
be a
what
long road.
3 is.
Hey, come back next year.
Oh, those are
now
words.
Christian Griffin right
Oh,
now.
close to home. Close to home in our family.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Christian, that you were treated that way.
You
Your
know
dad-
what?
at least your dad's gracious. Hey, let's do this. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Is on fire.
Leader treks.
JG.
Leader treks. Angie.
I need to have the
Yes.
knife taken out of my back. I
Angie.
need to leave right now because there's a knife in my back. I love you
gotta
guys.
go. You gotta
Thank you,
go.
everybody.
I love you.
He's got a meeting at his house in minutes.
No, I'm honestly going to the doctor to get the knife taken
Okay,
out of my back.
get out of here.
Bye.
Leader treks.
Senior pastor.
Be a,
Wow.
be a DYM member and you get their stuff every month. Join them at leadertreks.com.
Yes.
YM360 has a new events
They
division.
do, and they have a new promo code
Ooh.
called Summer
Is
Summer's
over.
over. Summer's over.
Summer
For
is over or summer
Summer's
Summer.
over.
with a Z or an S?
With the Z. Summer's over.
Summer's
How much
over.
off?
12. What percent you choose? You choose. It's a promo code.
You go to
works.
youthministry360.com.
What percent? Here it is.
Summer SUMMERZ over.
over for
12.5%.
All right.
12.
Join us at the Orange Tour this year.
We'll see you there. It's
All
gonna be
right.
fun. That was a good show. Good job, guys.